Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this meeting of Lloyds Action Now, an association of Lloyds TSB shareholders set up by Lloyds TSB shareholders in order to gain compensation for us over the loss we have all sustained as a result of the merger with HBOS. With me on the platform today are our legal advice team, Mr. Johan de Toy, SC, meaning Senior Counsel of Selborne Chambers in the Temple, and Jim Rye, who is Head of Commercial Litigation at the leading London law firm, Winkworth Sherwood. Thank you very much indeed for coming here today. I realise that for many of you it's not easy to get into the middle of a city centre in the middle of the day, but we believe that it is very important that we can come to you and meet you in person, so to speak, to explain to you what Lloyds Action Now is, how it was formed, what its aims are, and why we believe that you should join us in our fight for compensation. Let us go back a couple of years now to the autumn of 2008, when, as we know, the British financial sector was in danger of meltdown, we were told, by Gordon Brown and Chancellor Alistair Darling. We were told that British banks were in great danger, but we were also told that out of this chaos, if you like, a great opportunity could be presented to Lloyds shareholders. That was a unique opportunity to acquire HBOS, Britain's largest mortgage lender, on very good terms, and that with the guidance of our excellent board at Lloyds TSB, they would take the joint group onto unimagined heights. Strong statements were made at the time by the board, supported by HM Treasury, that this was, quotes, a good deal for shareholders. Documents were produced which you were invited to read, setting out the case for the merger. The merger was voted on by a vast majority, mainly of course supported by institutions, and then it went ahead in January 2009. Within weeks, an important announcement was made. It was that a black hole of so-called toxic debt amounting to some £20 billion had been discovered on the books of HBOS. The market reaction was swift and ruthless. The share price of the Lloyds banking group virtually collapsed, surrendering up to 90% of its value. Over subsequent days and weeks, the crisis mounted. The government was forced to step in, acquired a 46% share of the equity of Lloyds banking group. Dividends to you as shareholders were suspended. You saw the collapse of your investment and the suspension of your income, upon which many of you are reliant. A small group of shareholders at this point believed that there was something that had gone very badly wrong with this deal. How was it? Had all the facts been known about HBOS's true position, that as soon as it was officially announced, the share price collapsed? If there had been proper disclosure of HBOS's position, it was reasoned, then surely the market would be aware and there would not have been this reaction. So Lloyds Action Now was founded by Mrs. Gillian Timmis, a widowed pensioner who felt something had gone wrong, who made inquiries to find support, both legal and in terms of litigation support, to build a case and build a group that would fight the action. It was launched in Glasgow in May 2009. And for some months, to be honest with you, we found it heavy going to find what we could bring as a case against Lloyds directors and or the Treasury. Various models were adopted to how we might structure the association. After a lot of work with leading counsel's advice, we hit upon a structure. We hit upon a fee structure which we felt was reflective of the work that needed to be done, but at the same time was a democratic and affordable way in which ordinary men and women could get justice in the High Court. As I say, it was a difficult few months, but then in December of that year, a bombshell was dropped, and that was the announcement that the Bank of England had secretly funded HBOS to the tune of £25.4 billion, and that this was not known to the markets, not declared as it should have been, we believe, to the stock market, not even declared, as you will hear, in the Bank of England's own annual report of that year. That is fundamentally the case that we have. We have now written letters to the Treasury and Lloyd's directors, so I will now hand you over to Jim Rye, Head of Litigation at Winkworth Sherwood, who will tell you how the case has been brought about, how it is being structured, and how it will be taken forward. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.